Hello chums, welcome back to our little channel. We're back out again on the Northumberland Beaches. Right, welcome back to the channel as I said earlier. Hope everyone's keeping well. Hope you're getting out fishing. It's a good time of year now, nice weather wise anyway. So I've come back, hopefully I'm on the hunt for turbot again. But conditions dictate otherwise, I think. The sea's up a little bit more than I expected. Happens to me a lot lately. I didn't check last night to be honest because I thought the winds were light. There wouldn't be a sea, but there is a bit of a surf on. I may struggle holding bottom because I've only brought the light gear, I've brought the air lights with us. Maximum 4-ounce lead, so I might struggle a little bit. If I'd brought the bigger rods I could have put a 5-6 on, held bottom, so it may be to no avail, but I'm going to try anyway. Baits of today, got some beautiful fresh Welsh black, gutted obviously, slappy blacks, beautiful bait, and I have mackerel, usual. The mackerel's aimed at the turbot, the blacks are aimed at some dabs if they're there, so I wouldn't mind some dabs either. Problem being, we've got an easterly wind. It's not strong, it's probably 5 mile an hour, something like that, but obviously casting 2 flappers out, it's pushing the lines back in, so I'm not getting any distance. Not that that's necessarily needed. The fish could be close in, but my experience of this beach, when there's a surf on like this, it doesn't fish fantastically for turbot anyway. There'll be fish there, there'll be flounder among the surf, but my line's getting pulled right round. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but I'm getting chucked all over the place, so we may have a bit of a problem. But I will try my best and persevere. As I say, I'm on the air lights today. Pen 5.5s, black lug, mackerel. Fishing the tide down, 2 hours down, and I'm going to fish it 2 hours up, hopefully. There's a lot of weed on the high tide, well, mid-tide line, so we could be in for some weed. But I'll keep persevering. There's weed on my line now, actually. I'll keep persevering, and if there's anything to report, I'll bring you back. First cast in wasn't very promising. Lots of weed on the rod. Getting pulled around quite a bit as well. It is heavier than it should be for what I want. I should have checked really, it's my own fault. So there's a lesson for you, but I'll come up, I wanted to get out. We can see if we can get anything. I think all we can hope for is a flounder in this surf, to be honest. Very busy beach, lots of dog walkers. It is Saturday. I dislike fishing on Saturdays, I do, but I just wanted to get out. I am keeping all my gear out the way. I've dug out my Nova tripod tray thing, the circle, I think, whatever you call them, bait bucket, bait station. I've dug that out to the cupboard, slapped that on the rod rest to keep me baits and hooks and everything out of the way, because you just can't keep the dogs away. And it's not the dog's fault. But yeah, we're getting pulled all over. I've got a 3.5-ounce hybrid lead on the right hand rod. That seems to be holding a little bit better. I've got a flat lead on the left, and that's just getting dragged all over the place, that's basically what it's for, so it moves easily. So I'll take that off, I think. But yeah, a little bit heavy for turbot, although never say never, because I have had turbot in the swell before, especially when there's been weed around. That's when I got my best turbot. Actually, it was my best session, to be fair. But yeah, I'll keep trying. It may be a fruitless session, I don't know, but I want to show anglers who are new to the sport that it's not always, everything doesn't always go to plan. I don't want to put out videos that are all rosy and beautiful all the time, because that's not the way fishing can be. But on that note, if you are new or a new subscriber to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. A new viewer of the channel, sorry. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. A little like, comment, dislike, anything, I don't mind. Just some interaction would be nice. But yeah, if you feel like you like me content, pop a little subscribe on there for us, that would be fantastic. Well, first cast on rod 2 on the Welsh blacks. First blood, little flounder, nothing to write home about, but the blank's off. Hey, what a relief. I'm only joking. I don't mind if I catch or not, but there you go. Second rod. This one's holding a little bit better. It's got the 3.5 lead on, the hybrid, so I might switch the other one to the same. But yeah, nice little start. Get this little critter off, get him back. So as I was saying, the hybrid lead's holding bottom, but the other one isn't, so I'm going to get this one in. Got a feeling it's weeded up again, but we'll have a look. I'll adjust the camera so you can watch. I think there's a strong possibility that we're weeded. It's right down the beach, that is. I'm going to have to take those ones off. That weight, it's going to have to come off. Ah, actually the weed's not too bad, it's just the tide. Or is it? No, we've got weed still. Or it could be a fish, of course, but it isn't. It's just in the surf line there. Right, I'm going to switch to the 3.5 hybrid and take this there's 3 hooks on this as well. It's a 2 up, 1 down. I'm taking this one off because the surf's too active for that. Although they aren't tangling, which is good. We'll get this changed over. Just turn it around a little bit. We've already got the rig ready. We'll change this one over and see how we do with this one. If it gets too much the surf, which possible, I mean, as we approach low tide it'll be a bit more manageable. If it gets too much then the grip leads will be on, but it's a last resort. I hate grip leads on the beach if I can get away with them, because if I can get away without them, sorry, because they just dig in all the way in, unless your wires are set soft. It's getting that fine line between setting the wires to release with a little bit of pressure and not too much, because the surf will just dislodge them. Sounding very technical today, aren't I? Right, I'm going to put this one over to me right. The tide today isn't massive, by the way. I'll put the tide in the up in the corner for you like I normally do. I forgot about that, sorry. Problem being, there is weed in the surf line. So even when I'm dropping my line just to get back to the rod rest, it's picking up weed, you know, as you can see. Got weed on it now. Which is a bit of a pain. A little bit of a pain. But I'll persevere. It's always worth a try. I mean, if I put a big lugworm bait out as a chance of bass, I would have had ragworm today, but there's a bit of a catastrophe with that, which I won't go into, but no ragworm today. I'm going to break this 3-hook rig down because I don't want to use a 3-hook. So, them waves are a little bit cheeky, a little bit unexpected. Perfect bass sea though, and I've just been talking to a gentleman just walked past there. There was bass caught here last night. So, it wasn't last night, it was yesterday, this time yesterday, so a bit further on where I sometimes fish, that's where the lad was, but nice to see this fish coming out though. Had a couple of bass apparently and some nice big flounder as well. I mean, it's churned up enough, there should be loads of food there, but I'm just kicking myself that I didn't bring me slightly heavier stuff. I should have brought the LD and the Curie, so I could have put a 5-6 ounce lead in. And also the fact that I couldn't get ragworm, because I would have just bulked up on ragworm and I would have just fished for bass today, to be quite honest with you. But you never know. I've got a bit of lug. I'll put a couple of big lug baits on. I haven't brought much though, mind, and see if we can winkle something out. But it'll be a short session anyway, because tonight I'm going out to have a little bit of a drinky poo, so I just wanted to squeeze this one in, just a little session, just to see what happens, you know. Well, chums, I'm sitting on my box, which can mean only one thing. It's quite slow. Beautiful sea on. Kicking myself that I don't have any ragworm, because it looks so bassy. Actually perfect conditions. Sod's low, isn't it? Anyway, while I'm quiet and I'm sitting, I've got a moment. I'd like to tell you about a friend of mine. Now, I have a friend called John who's just started a YouTube channel down on the Holderness coast. His channel's called Ming's Fishing Adventures. Now, the reason I'm giving John a shout out mainly is not only is he a nice guy, but John supported the channel, my channel, for quite some time, our channel. Supported the channel for quite some time, along with Shane, the Holderness Codfather from down that way, and Dave, the Geordie Rodfather, bit of a mouthful who also has a new video out at the moment. Now both John's, Ming's Fishing Adventures, and Geordie Rodfather have both caught their first species. Is that the best way to phrase it? They've both caught a species for the first time on their channel. So pop across and have a look and give them some support. Fairly new, slowly building their following up. John he goes out as often as he can, and he puts the time in. And on his last video, he was deservedly rewarded, but I'm not going to tell you any more than that. Get over and watch it. I'll put a little link in on the screen for you for both John's and Dave, the Geordie Rodfather. And of course, Shane, the Holderness Codfather, who's a friend of mine. We haven't met, but we've talked a lot at length, and they're my type of people. So I just thought I'd be nice and put a little shout out. John bigs up my channel all the time, it Ming's Fishing Adventures, and they all do, really. Dave's a huge supporter, so I really appreciate that, Dave, as you know, because we do communicate now and again. It's just lovely to get support on the channel rather than anything negative. All the positive stuff's fantastic. The negative stuff I just ignore, but all the positive stuff, brilliant. Anybody is going to welcome that. It's so supportive and keeps you going, you know. Anyway, enough of that. So, back to today. Perfect bass conditions. Don't have the bait for bash. I can't talk today, right? I'm going to do that again. Perfect conditions for bass, but I don't have the bait for bass. I do have some black lug, but I have limited. I've only brought one wrap of it, so I've got about 8 left. Turbot was the target today. Stupidly didn't check the swell size, because I thought it would be fine because we've had some calm weather, but I'm mistaken. It's not huge by any means, but it's up too much for turbot. We'll still have a chance of possibly maybe another flounder or some dabs, but turbot's off the cards. But it's just great to be out, isn't it? I watch a lot of fishing channels myself, and I often ask myself, what is it that makes us watch them? It's not always about watching them catching fish. If anything, it's not really about them catching fish. It's more about just watching them because I like what they have to say, or I like the surroundings or their attitude towards what they're doing. And I would like to think that I can provide my subscribers with the same. I do like to bring you fish. It's not going to happen all the time though, because that's just fishing. But it's nice to know that you still tune in just to see what I'm up to. Kind of touching base, if you like. Just thought I'd keep the camera on there and show you that. All the beach. Hundreds and hundreds of yards of beach, miles of beach. And they have to come between you and your rod because they need to be on that space there. Entitled people really annoys me. They've got no respect for anybody else. The dog's off they've got the dog on a lead, but it's running around without a lead. That dog actually came and tried to pee on me box a bit earlier. I know this is banging on, I know everyone knows about it and it's your choice to come to the beach, etc, blah blah, but there's no need to walk right under the rod tips when they can just walk around. For this little, I've got 5 foot, a parallel 5 foot space, which is all I'm asking for on this beach. Well, the weeds eased off, but the fishing, very poor indeed. I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm fishing for the wrong fish, sea conditions with the wrong bait. Keep kicking myself for that ragworm. Should have ragworm. With it being like this, I would have preferred to put big rag baits on, probably a single hook on each rod, and I would have put it out for bass because they are about. But that weed isn't as bad as it was, but as I say, the fishing's pretty poor. What we are now, it's 20 minutes before bottom water. I normally gauge this beach if it fishes well on the ebb, fish as well on the flood. But nothing's exact, you know, everything can change, but it's not looking too great at the minute. I mean, it's lovely to be out, don't get us wrong. I need to get out for a couple of hours and that's what I've done. But the fishing's not spectacular, so I do apologise for the lack of action there. But we'll persevere. I'm just toying with the idea whether to put a 3-ounce grip on and try and pin it down. I'm thinking with the surf throwing stuff around too much that the flounder, because basically that's probably what I'm going to be getting today, if anything, on being in contact with the bait. It needs to be pinned down so they can actually get onto it. So I'd imagine it must be like a washing machine out there. So I'll have a think about what I'm going to do and I'll bring you back. I'm going to get this one and I think I'm going to switch to a gripper on this one. Yeah, baits are pretty much untouched. The rigs are taking a hammering like. Oh. Rigs are taking a hammering, they're getting... How they get tangled up like this, I don't know. It's as if the sea can tie knots, isn't it? This is the rig I'm using. It's a 1 up, 1 down. Pretty basic, 2-foot snoods. Probably a little bit long for this surf. Nothing to say really, it's kind of a ghost rig, there's nothing on it. I don't put bling on me rigs. I don't say it, I've never seen any benefit from it in my personal experience. What I'm going to do, I'm just actually going to bulk that up and put it back out. It gives me better judgment. I'm putting the ball lead on, let it roll around and see what happens. May not even be able to hold bottom, but we'll give it a go. Right, that one's out. Don't know what's going to happen with that one. Probably end up on the beach down there somewhere, but we'll give it a try. Anything's worth a bash when you're desperate there. When I get this one in, actually I'll turn you around so you can have a look. 1 second. Going to get this one in and I'm going to put 2 lugworm baits on there and see what we can do with this one. Thought I had a knock on this one before, but it's hard to tell. That surf's like pounding me line. I'm glad I'm on mono, that's for sure. Some strong undertow there. It's not even a big tide, but that surf's got some power in it. Nothing again. Get this one cleaned off. Poorest session I've had so far on this beach, but just shows you it can't be the same all the time. All the conditions dictate how the fishing's going to be. But if I knew that surf was up, I would definitely have brought the bigger rods and tried to put some baits out behind the second sandbar, which I know is there. I mean, it's on bottom now, it's not going to go down anymore, but we'll put some blacks on this one. I've got bait stops on so I can run some up the line. Right, I'll show you these blacks. They're cracking stickies. There you go. That's a small one compared to some of them. Great baits. But give it a try. I'm going to stick a full one on the bottom hook, pin it down, and I'll put a little bit on the top hook. That's ravelled up again. The sea ties better knots than I do. Get that through there. I mean, it could be worse. It could be coming back like in an absolute ball. It's not that bad. I'm probably making it sound worse than it is, to be honest, but we're going to give it a try. I'm going to put a big full black on this one. I'm only on size 2 hooks, but if we're all lucky enough to make contact with any bass or sea trout or anything, size 2s are fine. Ideally, if you are targeting bass, I would probably suggest a 1/0 hook, so you can put some nice big baits on. They do favour a bigger bait. We'll slap this big black sweaty sock on and see what we'll get with that. I'm going to put this half one on the top hook. Got a dog attack again. Yep. Dog attack. I love them. Couldn't eat a full one. No, I do. I'm a dog lover. Just think that the owners are sometimes guilty of just letting them run amok. But as I've always said, beaches for everybody. You've just got to make do and try and be nice to each other. Sometimes easier said than done, I know. Depends who you come across, but just try and be as nice as you can. Right, we'll get this one out. I'm determined to get something decent for you guys. I am. Yeah, I'm only getting it out about 50 yards. Unless I put a clip rig on, I wouldn't get any further anyway, but you shouldn't need it. 50 yards should be adequate on this beach. Just one of those things. We may pick up a fish on the flood. I won't be staying too long in the flood. It's actually turned really cold. It's quite nippy now. It's showing 10 degrees on my phone, but that wind, it's kind of east-southeast, and it's pushing a bit. Conditions are great though, it's so frustrating. Never mind. Well, it's proven to be a very difficult session, my chums. Got a little bit of weed back again. Shit off, I can't get it off here, bugger. No, it's not going to go. Some undertow on that. Baits are just coming back untouched. Very poor. Very poor indeed. Snack of choice today, chums? Nothing, because I ate it in the car on the way up. I was starving. At the moment that wind's all but disappeared. It's very, very light now. Just a little gust now and again, but it's cold. Temperature's dropped quite a bit. Hands are getting a bit numb. On the fishing front, that's quite numb too, unfortunately. What can I say? I came out to try. Conditions aren't right at all for what I'm fishing for, but I've stuck some couple of big black lug baits on the right hand rod in the off chance that we might get a little bass or something, which is still on the list for this year. But I will soon be taking a trip out to do some lure fishing. Got another dog. Let's just let them do what they want. He's gone back this time. Anyway, so I will be getting some lure fishing done very soon. It's getting close to that time. I know that cold fish have been getting caught, but obviously that's it at the minute on this coast anyway. And I'm not in a rush for the mackerel. I normally nip out, get myself enough for bait, and then that's it. But I shall not be venturing on to Shields Pier, I doubt, so I don't think there'll be any videos on that. It'll be up the coast. But I'm sorry, there's nothing to report apart from the abundance of dogs, dog walkers, and lack of fish. But that's the way it goes, isn't it? Well, my chums, tide's just turned, got a bit of a better flounder there. A little bit of a better fish. Very scratchy, it's hard work, the weed's building up as well. Probably another cast or so and then I'll be off. But I am trying my best. The weeds returned with a vengeance. I don't know if you can see in the background the rod tips there. Weeds returned with a vengeance, both rods bent over. So I think with that in mind, it's time to do the sensible thing and give up for today. We'll be back again to fight another day, but this one unfortunately is a loss. Tried my best. Conditions are against us. I know this beach well enough to know that I need the heavier gear when it's like this, and also you can't control the weed. I didn't even realise that there was a sea on, to be honest, but I've had my head in the sand for the last few days with work and stuff, so that's just the way it is. But I always like to come out and show you exactly how fishing is. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. Today it wasn't, but it's still nice to get out, and I want to make sure that I show you everything. I'm not just going to put up all the glory videos where I'm catching plenty fish. So with that in mind, I'm going to get these ones in and I'm going to get off, get home, get some food because I'm absolutely starving, and grab a pint. So once again, I am sorry it wasn't very exciting for you, but that's fishing. It goes one way or the other. That's just the way it is. But until the next time, stay safe, stay well, and tight lines.